Isa sa mga hilig ng Pinoy ay ang pagkain, kaya kabi-kabila ang mga restaurant sa ating bansa. At dito lamang sa Metro Manila, mahigit sa 5,000 restaurant ang ating makikita. Patok din sa anumang okasyon ang food trays at catering business. Isa sa matagumpay sa negosyong ito ay ang Cafe 162. Ngayong gabi, ating kilalanin ang mga taong nasa likod nito. Ako po si Carla Lizardo at ito ang Personage.
Karanasan na kapupulutan, mahalagang aral sa tinak na daan, kwento ng tagumpay at mga inspirasyon, hango sa buhay at muling pagbangon, pinalakas, pinatatag ang kalooban, natutong lumipad, natutong lumaban, mga katangi-tanging Pilipino, iba't ibang istorya at pagkatao, alamin kung paano at kung sino-sino, kilalanin bawat isa sa likod ng bawat kwento.
Nasa pamilya na ni Chef Celia ang husay sa pagluluto. Pero hindi niya pinangarap noon na sundan ang yapak ng kanyang ama na tubong Pampanga at kilala sa ganitong larangan.
When I was growing up, I was the tamad one. So, when he cooks, he always teaches my sister, my older sister. But I was just watching. I don't want to grow up like that. Kasi sabi ko, pagod ba?
Pero nung iniisip mo na ayoko maging chef, what was your other dream?
I was into a lot of things. I was designing clothes, I was into art. Sabi nga nila manansala kami, so it's in the blood. But when I got married, I would cook from the cookbook. And then my husband would say, sarap nito ah. And then the next time, iba na naman siya. I never cooked the same food twice. Parang masyado ako maraming ad-lib.
Ang kanyang asawa na dating government employee ay nakatanggap ng proyekto sa Japan para sa UN Training Institute na dinaluhan ng iba't ibang participants mula sa Asia and the Pacific.
As the head of that institute, we invited them to our house. So sabihin ko, mami, magpapakain tayo ng 30 people in a small place like our house. So mga 3 days before, nagsishopping na siya. Walang help eh. Walang kotse, so she tags sa Costco, bibili siya ng mga meat products and everything. Pero Filipino food, there's always that adobo, and there's always kare-kare, which we called beef stew with peanuts, oxtail, yung kare-kare, and they really loved it.
Dahil dito ay ninais ni Chef Celia ang makapag-aral sa French Culinary Institute sa loob ng 6 na buwan. And then you mentioned earlier about your experiences in Japan. You also trained abroad for culinary. Can you tell us about that?
My husband retired from the United Nations. My sister said, come to New York, and okay, I'll go there for maybe a week or two. No, stay longer. He said, let's think of something so you can stay longer. Oh, and then she went to FCI, the French Culinary Institute, and inquired there. She enrolled me there. And so when I went there, I took it. Pero it was so hard. Kasi I was, what then? I was 50. And, ay grabe. I would not want it on anyone. Especially at that age. Maybe today, kasi yung mga nagkukulinar, everybody's into culinary school. Yeah. Diba? Mga bata yan, okay lang yan. Pero, my God. Pero enjoy naman.
Sa pagbabalik ng Personage.
I assist my mom in the marketing and then taking pictures of what she cooks. So I can do that on the side.
Yeah.
And besides, if it's really a passion of yours, like for me, food is really a passion for me, I will always find time for it.
Ang panganay na anak ni Chef Celia na si Michelle ay nakapagtapos ng abogasiya pero dahil nasa dugo ang hilig sa pagluluto, ay tinutulungan siya nito sa kanilang negosyo na Cafe 162. For you naman, you also grew up watching your mom cook. How was it for you?
She trained me very young. So when all kids during Saturday mornings would watch cartoons, she would ask me to watch cooking shows in the morning. She would instruct me to list down the recipes. And I was 9-10 years old, so you can imagine how slow I write.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't catch even half of the recipe. And then she looks at it, "Anak, how will I cook this?" But then that was my first exposure to cooking. And yeah, so you also said that cooking is really a family tradition. For us, it's cooking and eating. So we would always tell our mom, "Mom, could you cook this?" Or for example, there's a family affair. Let's have a Filipino theme, an Italian theme, and then we would align the menu to that. So siguro the first catering customers of my mom were really the children and my dad. So if we have a special request,
Your friend.
and our friends. So this house is really an open house.
Your friends are always over.
Oh yes.
So they kept calling this Cafe 162.
Yes.
Even before it became Cafe 162.
What's the story behind it?
We always have a lot of guests over. So instead of we going out for dinner or lunch outside, we'd ask them na lang to come over and eat. So,
Sometimes they had parties.
yes, we host parties for them, ganon. And kasi the address is 162. So even before we decided to make it a business, they already coined it as Cafe 162.
They owned it na.
Yeah, so and then when we finally decided as a family to do it, when we posted it on Facebook, my brother said, "For anybody and anyone who's ever eaten at our house, you know what this is." So yon, that's how it came to be.
Sa kabila ng kanyang busy schedule, ay nagbibigay ng panahon si Michelle para sa kanilang family business. So you're currently working as a lawyer. How do you find time to be able to help out with a family business?
Mostly during my free time and weekends, and after I come home at night. So I assist my mom in the marketing and then taking pictures of what she cooks. So I can do that on the side.
Yeah.
And besides, if it's really a passion of yours, like for me, food is really a passion for me, I will always find time for it. And I'm really enjoying assisting my mom also, because I would consider myself as the promoter, because I was the one who really pushed her.
Yeah.
She was very reluctant at first, but then me and the family included, we were the ones who were telling her na you should do this, and she agreed.
Katulad kasi siya ng mami niya yan. Many skills. And she's a human rights advocate, may masters in international law yan sa Netherlands. She's a traveler. She knows how to go places. In fact, we like her to be around when we go abroad because she pushes us to go around. Being the eldest in the family, she's like the lieutenant, but she's like her mother too. So ang interest nila the same.
Sa pagbabalik ng Personage.
The reason why it's very difficult to translate abroad is that it's an experience kasi. It's not just the food. So when visitors come, when foreigners come and ask us where to eat Filipino food, we'll cook it for you at home.
Isinasara ni Michelle ang pagkakataon na kumuha ng culinary course upang higit na magkaroon ng kaalaman sa iba't ibang estilo at pamamaraan ng pagluluto. And your mom mentioned that when she was studying culinary abroad, meron siyang mga classmates na mga lawyer. Ikaw ba meron kang plans to actually take culinary courses?
I wouldn't say that I don't have.
Yeah.
Because it's really a hobby also. Like with my mom, we always watch cooking shows, we read cooking magazines, so I do it together with her. So I think in the future maybe I would gladly.
So let's talk more about your catering business. What would you say are your specialties?
Comfort food siguro. Or I'd call it celebration food. Lengua, galantina,
Kare-kare.
kare-kare, kaalyos.
What has been the most memorable event that you've catered so far?
Especially during the Christmas season.
Yeah.
That's always the busiest time.
Sure.
That's always the busiest time. And I think for us, we experience a lot of from all classes. Like someone would come because we also offered food trays during Christmas. Kasi nga, people don't have time to cook, especially these specialties na mga matagal lutuin.
Yeah.
Kalyos, kare-kare needs like at least 1 or 2 days. So they would come na someone came from Fairview, as far as Fairview, people from Bulacan call us and ask us. So we're really flattered kasi they come all that way for our food. And then, yun yung, for me, yung pinaka-fulfilling na people from Alabang, from Makati, from Forbes, down to someone as far as Bulacan, yung ganon That's, I think, for me, that's really fulfilling for me.
May mga balakid man sa kanilang negosyo ay nagagawa pa rin ni Chef Celia na lampasan ang mga pagsubok na ito. What would you say has been the biggest challenge that you've encountered so far?
Sourcing, especially ingredients and fresh produce. Big restaurants have locked out on herbs.
Especially if you're a chef. I watch my mom and I realize na she won't settle for second best. If we see something, a particular ingredient, and then it's available already in that supermarket, for example, she would still go. I think she would say, the lettuce is better in this grocery or in this market. And she would go, for example, for a catering, would go 5 stops just because she knows that the produce is better in this place, this particular product is better to buy in this place.
And also, you mentioned earlier that one of your goals is to bring Filipino food to the rest of the world. And actually, parang yung mga Pinoy, mahilig talaga tayo kumain. And our food is very hearty. Talagang comfort food yung Pinoy food. Pero why would you think na we don't really see a lot of Filipino restaurants abroad? I mean, now medyo sumisikat. Pero why did it take so long kaya?
Kasi our food doesn't look appetizing Di ba? Like
mostly brown.
And saucy.
Yung kare-kare natin doesn't look good. So you really have to style it, present it in a palatable way.
For me naman, I think the reason why it's very difficult to translate abroad is that it's an experience kasi. It's not just the food. So when visitors come, when foreigners come and ask us where to eat Filipino food, we'll cook it for you at home. And that's the experience that you cannot translate abroad. It's very difficult. It's very difficult because it's a social experience. Family has to be around you. So apart from yung making it look as appetizing as possible, yun siguro yung difficult na part.
Sa pagbabalik ng Personage. And kayo naman po, how would you describe Michelle as a daughter?
She's my pahamak daughter.
That doesn't sound very nice, but then I hope you explain.
Because I wouldn't go into this if it wasn't for her prodding.
ang closeness nilang mag-ina dahil bukod sa palagi silang andyan para sa isa't isa, ay naging bonding time nila ang pagluluto.
So let's talk about, we can see that you guys are very, very close. You know, you have a good relationship. Thanks to food as well. You get to spend a lot of bonding time together. How would you describe your mom, your relationship with your mom?
My mom is not the typical mom.
Yeah.
She's very, she's like a friend. She's mostly like a friend because you can take her shopping with you. You can go to the movies with her. You can shop clothes with her. And then she turns into a mom when you really need a mom. Like when I ask her for advice for personal things and about career goals, she would always advise me. So she would transform into whatever person that you would need her for. And that's what I think is really special about her.
And kayo naman po, how would you describe Rochelle as a daughter?
She's my pahamak daughter.
That doesn't sound very nice, but then I hope you explain.
Because I wouldn't go into this if it wasn't for her prodding. Because when I was in the cooking school, my instructor, the chef, he's Italian. He said, "Oh, Celia's gonna for sure will put up a restaurant when she goes back to the Philippines." I said, "No." I really didn't want to go to put up a restaurant because I'm too old. I said, I don't need the aggravation, you know. It's so hard to put up a restaurant. And so I said, I cook whenever I want and for whom I want to cook. But it's very fulfilling. Now that my husband and I are retired, we would travel very often because he's into consultancy, especially for Asia and the Pacific. And then you'd see former students from the institute now in very high places, remembering that you fed them at home and remembering the food that you offered them. It's very heartening, you know.
So finally, meron ba kayong message for our viewers? And you can also invite everyone to come and try the food here at Cafe 162.
We'd like to invite you to try our dishes here at Cafe 162. You may call us for orders at 0906-327-7313, and you can also visit us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/cafe162ph.
Sa kanilang pagtutulungan bilang iisang pamilya ay nabuo ang minimithing pangarap. May pag-aalinlangan man sa simula, tiwala sa isa't isa pa rin ang naging pangunahing sandigan nila. Dahil dito ay patuloy na umaani ng papuri ang kanilang buong pamilya. Hanggang sa muli, ito ang programang naghahatid ng mga kwento ng tagumpay, inspirasyon at pagbangon. Ako po si Carla Lizardo at ito ang Personage.